Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. This is take two, only because there's something on the screen that doesn't normally come up, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? I had two timers for some reason. God knows what it was, but we got going now. Anyway, back with another one, and this is another one of them Dutch beers that I got out of a certain subscription thing. You know, the subscription company, it's the one that I absolutely ripped into. And what we are looking at is one that I have seen and I have reviewed in bottles that you get over here, but this was like I say, in this subscription pack. And like I say, out of Holland, I'm repeating myself here, we are taking a look at a Bavaria Lager. It's a 330ml can coming in at 5% ABV. Quite like the can, even though it's sort of a little bit cheapy, but I kind of like it for some reason. Yeah, so been chilled. Gonna get it in the glass. I don't have a Bavaria glass, so it's just going in my old standard sort of Pilsner style glass. So let's stop talking, get it cracked open. You know, this cost in the pack about £3.50, something like that, £3. They like to make out that you're getting a bargain when you're really not, to be honest. And I think you can pick it up. I'm certain at one point it was about £1 in Asda and that, in a big 600ml bottle, but I think it's about £2 now. But yeah, we're going to get this cracked open, see what we get, see if it's nice, basically. I'm very dry. That's a fair old can there. Let's get it poured. Very dry, so I've got a feeling this is going to go down pretty well. I'm going to have to try and keep the old gas bag in to a minimal, as in talking the rubbish. Get the review done and then gas bag. There we go. So, beer in a glass. Looks a bit lighter on camera to you with the light on it. It's sort of like a golden straw sort of colour. Plenty of bubbles going up. And we got a nice compact white head on top. Dive in with the nose. Quite a sweet smell to it. Citrus, malty. Yeah, that's about it. I wouldn't even say off the nose I'm getting any hoppy sort of bite. It's very much a sweety malt note with a little bit of citrus. So why talk for 10 minutes about the smell? Let's get the rest in. Got a bit carried away there. There was still a little bit left in the can. Let's dive in on Bavaria, out of Holland, and their lager, 5% ABV. Cheers. Yeah, it's kind of nice, but that sweetness in the beer is always something that puts me off, but we'll come to that. We'll come to that in a bit. It's going to have to be a quick one because I ain't got much beer in this. Nice body for a lager. I wouldn't say it's particularly heavy, but there's no thinness about it. It's got that. It's got something in there that just makes it. It's got the body of something drinkable, but not wishy-washy. The carbonation is quite busy in there. It's got to be said, it is quite a carbonated number. And I would imagine would fill you up very quick with gas. Nice little sprightly fizz on the palate though. Reasonably pretty good mouthfeel, to be honest. It's not, although it's quite well carbonated, it doesn't really ruin how the beer feels in your mouth as you drink it. It's got a nice smoothness about it as well. And for me, it's quite pleasant until sort of later on, I'm going to say. You drink it, the carbonation pops in the mouth, it gives it a nice crispness, it gives it sort of like a clean feel. Almost gives you a little hoppy bite to it. I wouldn't really say there's any bitterness in there. There is bitterness there, but it's very minimal. You get the malty note in there, but you get this sweetness. It's almost malty, grainy that you get. You get very, I wouldn't say, how can I put it? Some beers give you that real malty feel, and some beers give you a grainy feel, and you do get that graininess in this, but you also get quite a big sweetness in it. And I picked that up more on the back end of swallowing the beer. I find it a little bit sweet, and I find it a little bit off-putting, if I'm honest. For me, it gives it that little cheap sort of feel, which is not good. I got the cat meowing in the background. Bless her, deaf and blind and old. Yeah, it's a shame really about that back end. I think if that had more hop sort of kick to the beer, and it had that sort of bit more bite to it, I think it would be a much nicer drink. Maybe it's just my personal taste, but I find it a little bit too sweet on the back end. It's by no means the worst lager I've ever had, but it's by far the best one. I think it just needs a bit more hop and a bit more oomph in it really to really sort of do it for me, and which would just tone down that sweetness, I think. But Bavaria lager, out of Holland, premium beer as they say, 5%. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm not going to say it's a fantastic beer, but nor is it the worst beer going. So there you go. There's my thoughts on it. If you've had this one before, let me know what you thought of it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Just quickly, I have started to space me videos out to every couple of days. If there's anything out there, I know I'm doing lots of different beers from all over the world, if you like, at the moment, and they're not necessarily supermarket stuff. But if there's anything, would you rather me go back to doing a review every day and putting it up, or you're quite happy with this every other day? I'm trying to do that to hopefully sort of like stop the boredom, and also it's very hard to keep up with it when I'm sharing it all. But just let me know your thoughts on the channel, to be honest. If there's any ideas you have that you'd maybe like to see me do or whatever, just say in the comments. So thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.